Hi everyone. I had someone suggest I take a look at this book. I've never seen or heard about it before. It is the Lion Handbook to the Bible, and this is the 5th edition. So out of a request, I'm going to take a look inside and see what this is all about. As it says down here, still the best book to have next to the Bible. And let's take a look, and it says here, with over 3 million copies sold in over 30 languages. Wow. The Lion Handbook to the Bible continues to have an outstanding reputation as the most helpful and accessible guide to the world's all-time bestseller. It's still the best book to have next to the Bible. Okay, that's an incredible claim. It consists of 127 expert articles on the setting and use of the Bible and subjects of special interest, a 680-page section-by-section guide to the Bible, over 700 color photographs and illustrations, 20 charts and diagrams, 68 maps, a comprehensive rapid fact finder to the Bible. The entire book adds up to 816 pages. That's a lot. Starting with the Bible, page 97, you kind of get to the second section, which is Old Testament, and then page 525 is the New Testament. Okay, and maybe they're giving a sample here of a rapid fact finder of what it looks like. Really tiny font. That is tiny. All right. Edited by Pat and David Alexander. Pages, it's hard to say. It kind of has I guess it would have a matte feel to it. We have a preface here. This is the table of contents page. It's broken up into 4 sections. Ooh, look at all these contributions. This is a lot. Introducing the Bible. And here's our first section. So, the books of the Bible, 39 in the Old Testament. They talk about the first five books. Then Joshua all the way to Esther is Israel's history. You have the poetry and wisdom books from Job to Song of Solomon. Then the prophets, with all through Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. And you mentioned the 12 minor prophets here. Font is small. Yeah, it's a little small. And I'm actually surprised by that, considering this is over 800 pages. I thought the amount of pages would mean the font would be bigger, but clearly they are jamming as much information, pictures as possible. Go to the New Testament here, 27 books in the New Testament, the Gospels and Acts, and of course the letters and Revelation. All these pictures, for example, the earliest surviving fragment of John's Gospel, that's what it looks like. Judea was under Roman military rule in New Testament times. Here's a picture of pens, ink, and pen case from the New Testament period. Really? Pen case? Oh, wow. That's really ahead of its time. And they sort of summarize what is the Bible. And as mentioned many times, it is the big story. It is the story that is even happening today. We are a part of that story. They kind of sort of break it up through these sections: creation, fall, Israel, Jesus, Christ's followers, then 6, the end time. It doesn't seem like there's any structure in here. They're just throwing random pictures, random sections. I don't think there's any type of legend. These boxes here, for example, they'll just talk about Bible versions. And the Bible has been translated into many languages over the last 2,000 years since the Christian faith began. How Bible references work. Sections of the Bible are referred to using a system which began in the 13th century. Each book within the Bible has a name. This comes first in a reference. Each book is subdivided into chapters, as we know. Then, of course, the chapters are divided into verses. Reading the Bible. Oh, wow. A timeline. Okay. Then you'll have pages like this where they just load you up with ancient historical artifacts, lots of colorful pictures. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, there is no structure. They just have like paragraph, like here, pictures. I mean, you do understand what direction you're to go, but it is a little, I don't want to use the word chaotic, but there's a lot going on here. And if this font wasn't small enough, this is even slightly smaller. So for some of you, get your glasses ready. But there is a ton of information here. Trees and plants. Israel's calendar. Now we're over to understanding the Bible. I mean, I'm trying to think in my mind, what context would I use this? This book is tackling almost everything imaginable, and I'm starting to believe their very bold claim of being the ultimate companion to the Bible. I've mentioned quite a few great companions. I think maybe the challenge I have is it's just filled with lots of information. Like, if I wanted to quickly look something up, I wouldn't know where to begin to find the area I'm looking about. This just has a ton of information. I mean, yeah, I guess this could be a companion to the Bible, but this just feels more like a standalone. Because for me, to have a companion is something to quickly reference to, and there's just nothing here that shouts to me that, okay, if you want to find out something quickly, go to this page. It just has a lot of incredible information. Like, look at this, cultural perspectives, East and West, like things you don't think about, but it makes you just want to read about it. I can see why this book was recommended to me. This is just absolutely incredible what they're offering here. This could definitely be a book even to be used as recommended reading or almost mandatory reading in Bible colleges and university. Like, there's just a ton of wealth here. $5. I'm just flipping through randomly here because there's no way I would read all of this in front of you guys. There's just a ton of stuff. Like, look, we're on page 115 and we are now at Genesis, the first book of the Bible. Incredible. Wow. The certain myths of the flood and types of boats used. Then he gives sort of Abraham's story and like the journey he took. Okay, now I'm starting to see where the references are now. This is all making sense. I can see how now this is a companion book because we're in Genesis now. You have the chapter 19. So if you were reading chapter 19 in Genesis and you want some more insight or had some questions about it, then you go to Genesis here, chapter 19, and they sort of give a lot of helpful information. And let's see, is this doing all? Yeah, Exodus. Okay, and it's a bit color-coded. This is all making sense now, how this can be a companion. Okay, yeah. See, I didn't think this was a companion, within the first 100 pages, but once we got to Genesis after 100 plus pages, now the dots are connecting. Wow. Okay, let's go to the Gospels. So, for example, Matthew 23, you hypocrites. Jesus launches into a scathing attack on Israel's legalistic but much respected religious leaders. The man who cared so deeply and had such patience with ordinary people, even the wicked, the weak-willed, and the stupid, could not stomach the religious sham. The self-righteous pride, the hair-splitting pedantry he saw in these Pharisees and scribes. Do as they say, he tells the crowd and his followers, but not as they do. Jesus makes 7 specific charges, each introduced with the same words, woe to you. Yes, that'd be kind of awesome if someone in today's era called out someone by saying, woe to you. I'm just flipping through here just to give you guys an insight look of this incredible, very large book. I would like to know about the Jesus resurrection, because I think it's always been debated where the actual location where he was buried. I think there is a consensus, but it'd be really interesting if this book shed some light on the actual location. This is just overwhelming in a good way. You just basically have to be someone who falls in love with the Bible, or if you're a skeptic, this would be something if you really want to dig deep into the validity of the Bible and the validity of Jesus. Of course, this is not a neutral book. I would suspect it's, I don't know, it could be a neutral book. Maybe it's not biased, but I think an incredible amount of research has been done with this. I think this kind of book would serve a skeptic well. And even if you don't come to the conclusion that Jesus is who he says he is, or that the Bible actually is true, I mean, hey, at least you did your respective digging in a book like this. Okay, let's get to the end here. See if there's, okay, yeah, you have the rapid fact finder here of names, all these names. Oh man, so much information. There's no breathing in this book whatsoever. You are just blasted with information. So we get to the end here with a full spread map here. Nations and peoples of Bible lands, and acknowledgments. Just like that. So let's take a look at the back of the book here. And some more endorsements for the Lion Handbook to the Bible. And that's about it. Over 3 million copies sold worldwide. That is an incredible number. I would have never guessed a book like this can sell 3 million, and I never heard about it. So thank you for recommending this book to me, and I hope for all of you that have taken a look at this, I hope you found some value from this.